It's Saturday Stockman Stampede, and today I want to take a look at both a large and a medium case Stockman. These are in amber bone. These are about the first two case knives that I bought, and it was after buying these I discovered that I really don't like the medium Stockmans. Let's take a look at the medium first. I mean, it is a pretty bone. This is in carbon steel. As you can see, the CS on the sheep's foot blade. I believe that says 63032. So there's your standard sheep's foot blade. You can see just a little tiny bit of rubbing on this one. The main blade on this one is off center by quite a bit. It's way over to that side. And when you open it, it does rub. But when I look down the knife, it sights straight and it's not bad to use. So while I don't really like it being like that, it's still a good usable knife. It's not going to detract from the actual use of the knife. You can see the line there where it rubs. One thing that I don't like about a knife that rubs is I have friends that put down traditional knives. They call them junk, old, and outdated. So I don't like to carry knives that don't run true. That's one of the reasons why you'll see on my channel I straighten so many different knives, and I'm always doing tweaks and I'm always doing fixes, because if I'm going to carry one of these and somebody wants to take a look at it, I'm not going to hand them a knife like this that doesn't run true. Okay, and then you also have a pen blade on this one. So overall, it is a good functional knife if you don't mind the rubbing that's on there, which if it wasn't for, like I said, a bunch of the people I know, I would just carry it and use it like it is and not worry about it. The problem I have with these is the handle is too small. If I'm going to do serious work, it doesn't fit well in the hand. It's too skinny. It's a little bit short. I mean, not too bad as far as being short, but it doesn't quite come out flush. But it's so skinny. So if you're going to be doing a lot of work with this or a lot of cutting, this gets fatiguing in the hand. And then the large Stockman. Same thing in the amber bone. This one also is carbon steel. Let's take a look on the sheep's foot blade. It's your standard 6375 pattern. Now, on the box, and when I bought this, the advertisement said this was chrome vanadium. It said CV, but the knife is stamped CS. So I think this was during the changeover when they started making them as CS. I'll have a video coming out on that in the coming weeks. I've done some research on some of the different steels that Case uses and why they changed their stamp. This one also has the spade blade, which I find quite useful. It's got a good amount of belly on it. So when I carry this, that belly is a replacement for a sod buster, which I know a lot of you like to carry. And then you have your main blade, which you can see this one's starting to get a nice patina on it. I've carried this knife a lot. I love this knife. This is one of my favorite knives to carry. Now, I always carry a modern folding knife along with a traditional. So along with something like this, today I'm carrying a Cold Steel Recon 1 in Tanto. This has a 4-inch blade. So that's the modern knife, and then this goes in my left pocket in a slip along with it. And the two together will get you through just about any situation you come across. Now these blades, they sight nice and true, which I love. A lot of knives, when you sight down them, the blade and the handle are not in line, and that is one thing that I can't stand. That's even worse than when they rub and they're not aligned on the inside. The main blade on this is just a little bit that way. It's not bad, it doesn't rub, there's still plenty of space in there, and this is a knife that I don't mind showing other people, even people that might be a little bit critical about traditional knives. You also see there's space between the main blade and the sheep's foot blade, and I know it's hard to see on the camera, but there is just a tiny gap between these two blades here, between the spade blade and the sheep's foot. Although when you do open the sheep's foot, you get just a real minor rub. I'm not even sure if you're going to be able to see anything on here. It's such a little bit. Let's pull out the sheep's foot and let's see if we can find any rub marks on that. Right there. There you can see it. Right there. Tiny little rub mark. That's all there is on this knife. This knife has been a pleasure to carry. I love the carbon steel. I love the patina that it picks up. You just have to give them a little bit of care and make sure they don't rust. So just dry them off good. Put a little bit of conditioner or oil or something on the blades after you get them soaking wet. Just take care of it, maintain it. It doesn't take much to keep these knives looking great, and they'll perform well and they'll last you for many years. So this was one of the first case traditional knives that I bought, and to this day it is still one of my favorites. I absolutely love this knife and everything about it. We'll see you on the next one.